Right now, reaction is pouring in from political figures on both sides of the aisle. News 8 got the chance to speak with U.S. Congressman Bill Huizenga. He represents West Michigan. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Tell me from an elected official's perspective how it makes you feel to know that there are people who think it's okay to use this kind of violence in our political arena.
Yeah, sad and angry, frankly, that people think that this is the right path to move forward. Whether it's Steve Scalise being shot, Ronald Reagan, who was the last president who was shot, nearly killed. This is the United States. We settle these disputes at the ballot box, not through violence. I think the rhetoric that has been used has spurred this along, and this whole notion that somehow democracy hangs in the balance of whether this person is going to be elected or not is just beyond the pale.
Rick, this was very scary to see. What are your thoughts on this as our expert political reporter?
As we have continued to watch through the night, it dawns on me that this could have been much, much worse and was very close to being. And I say that because I am still amazed in 2024 that there are people that think that this is somehow a political answer. Now, as we learn more about this suspect and the motivation, we'll likely find that there are a lot of other things going on there. But that part is frightening and saddening, and I agree with the Congressman that the rhetoric is too high on both sides of the aisle and that it needs to be ratcheted down. The problem with that is that is kind of how we got to where we are today. And I don't expect both of these campaigns to go back and take off the gloves and start playing nice. So I think the other thing that is a takeaway for us, and this may be the most important, is that in the political conversation that's being held by these candidates, if it's being between you and a friend or you and somebody on social media, think twice before you put that hateful rhetoric out there, because there are people who hear it and may be willing to act on it. And it's, after all, it's an election. And it's something that we can take seriously and something we want to be mindful of, but we have to also be mindful that we shouldn't lose friends, family, and coworkers because our opinions are so stringent.
Right, our common sense and our morals, too. All right, Rick Alvin, thank you so much. We're hearing from more Michigan lawmakers tonight. Governor Gretchen Whitmer released a statement saying, quote, "There is no place for political violence in this country, period. This is not how we solve our differences. I am horrified to learn of this news, and we will be following the situation closely," end quote. She goes on to say, "I am grateful for those in law enforcement who stepped in immediately," end quote. Michigan State Representative Hillary Scholten also releasing a statement tonight saying, quote, "This is horrifying. Praying for the former president and all those impacted in Butler, Pennsylvania. Thank you to law enforcement for acting quickly to ensure the safety of everyone present," end quote. Republican lawmakers are also expressing outrage tonight. Michigan GOP Chair Pete Hoekstra also chiming in, saying, "Pray for President Trump and America." Former Congressman Mike Rogers sharing similar thoughts, saying, "This is a somber moment for our nation. We are praying for President Trump and all Americans today."